My name's Lisa Short, and I'm the Executive Director for the Cambridge Memorial Hospital Foundation. And I think what's been one of the most touching moments throughout my career is the connection that I can make to the community and to donors through the work that I do and get them engaged and to be a part of the hospital. And as we began to finish construction on the new wing and look for an opportunity to celebrate with the community, we were all touched so much by how many people showed up for that grand opening, where about 4,000 people in the community came through to see what this new hospital would look like for community. So that was a special day when we knew the community was there for us, looking out for us, wanting to see what was available as we became the most technologically advanced hospital in the region. So as I arrived as a brand new executive director not long before that, I was amazed to see what would be available for my friends, my family, and my neighbors. And that sticks with me as a beautiful moment as we began to develop this brand new hospital. The people that donate to our hospital are extremely special people that I get the opportunity to get to know. Each and every year, over 4,000 people donate to our community hospital. And I'm always honored to learn their stories and the reason for giving, and oftentimes it's because they really believe in good quality healthcare close to home, and they believe that they've been blessed in their own life and want to give back to their local hospital. So truly, I do feel like together we make it all possible. And I'm always just so grateful for that rallying of support from the community that comes to the aid of the hospital or wants to be a part of what our hospital should mean to a community, which is foundational. So we're grateful for everybody in the community who comes out and supports us.
My name is Rena Hawkins, and I'm the current president of the Rotary Club of Cambridge, Preston, Hespeler. Our club was chartered in 1926, so we have a long history in the community, serving families and organizations within our community for 97 years, always putting service above self. One of my favorite events in the club is our Support Your Local Veterans Golf Tournament. So this tournament has been running for about 6 years. It allows veterans to come out golfing for the day. And my first experience at the tournament, I'm not a golfer, so I went as a volunteer, driving up the laneway of the Galt Country Club and seeing either side of the laneway lined with Canadian flags was just really heartwarming to start the day. And then seeing the veterans golfing, enjoying a day of fellowship, watching them get piped in to the dinner reception in full uniform, and just seeing the pride and appreciation on their faces is just really incredible. One of the beauties of this golf tournament is the funds raised stay right in Cambridge to support our local veterans, allowing them to access funds without having to go through the red tape. So it's very, very beneficial for the community. Knowing that the men and women that have served our community and our country are reaping the benefits of the hard work from our Rotary Club is very heartwarming, and we couldn't do it without the support of the Cambridge residents and businesses, and for that I am so grateful.
Pat Singleton, and I volunteer with the Trinity Community Table, or the Soup Kitchen as some folks know it. So as I think about the hours and the times that I spend with the Soup Kitchen, probably what I think about the most, or maybe my heart's things where I know that I feel good about that, is they always do a huge luncheon at Christmas, so I try to work with people to see, can we get dessert donated, can we get hot cider donated, and then there's always a turkey and all the trimmings and things. And so the one day I was walking by the table and this fellow had just got his plate with everything on it, but beside it was a piece of apple pie. And I said, wow, that looks awesome. And he looks at me and he said, so I think I'm gonna start with the apple pie first. I don't know when just look at the size of this pie. And I'm like, it's your pie, you can eat it first if you want. And the other thing we do at Christmas is we collect, and I work with a young woman who will help to collect socks and hats and mitts. And Preston Hesper Rotary collects men's underwear, which is awesome. And so everybody gets a bag with these things in it, and then some personal care products, and always a bag of candy. So I was standing at their door, and as people would come through, I would hand them a bag. And so this man came through, and one of the guests for lunch, and he did not have a warm coat on. And I mean, it was a cold day. Well, I mean, it was winter, December 22nd or 3rd, I think we had it. And I handed him the bag, and he said, "Are there socks in here?" And I said, "Oh yeah." And he said, "Well, if you want, why don't you take the socks out? I already have a pair of socks." So I look at him and I'm like, "Oh no, they're like, we have lots of socks." And he said, "Well, I want to make sure that everybody gets a pair of socks." And I said, "But in February," and I said, "next week, because of all the slush and the snow, your feet are going to be wet." I said, "The socks, like, you need another pair of socks." And he said, "Are you sure that there'll be enough for everyone?" And I'm like, "Yeah, honestly, we have plenty." And as he walked away, I thought, like, here, you know, we always want so much at Christmas and, well, anytime. And here he was was going to give away his only other pair of socks. And like, I've never, you know, if I feel, you know, well, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting this week, or I wouldn't, whatever. I think back to his joy over a second pair of socks.
Well, hello, I'm Brian Banks from Nutrition for Learning. I'm the Community Development Officer. I've been with the association since 2009 for the last 15 some odd years, and ecstatic about our work in the community. Our work in the community ensures that every child, no matter what, in school, has an opportunity for food. We all know what it's like to be hungry for any reason, anywhere. A child or a student at school doesn't need that. Their opportunity at school is to learn, not be hungry. When we're hungry, we can't learn. Some of the biggest stories I've heard come from teachers, principals, guidance officers who see the difference in the classroom every single day when that apple and a little food and a meal can change the trajectory of a child in one day. Also, what I've learned is it's the adults that I've talked to afterwards. It's being somewhere and being introduced, and a young man or young lady will go, "Thank you. I was one of those students. I truly appreciate it." Or some of them that would say, "I was one of those students back before it was someplace like you, where you have universal access, no questions asked, and everyone feels good to be at school." We were sort of pointed out, and that hurt. And we so appreciate what you do now. Right now, we're almost in every school, and very soon we will be in all schools. And we hope to continue for many years to come.